Now, some people wonder, why do I live in the Philippines when I'm an American? And this is some of the reasons why. Some of the prettiest flowers grow here. Now, this is already bloomed. It was a beautiful, beautiful color, and it's faded. But as you can see, there's little yellow flowers underneath, almost like a cactus. But they're like a little trumpet in there. How cute. So this is already bloomed. This is one of my flowers here that's grown very pretty. Another flower that we have in America as well as here is the wandering Jew. This is from the Bible. Jews traveled in biblical times. So what this plant does is it does similar things. It travels. It's a topsoil plant, meaning its roots do not have to be buried. They just grow along the dirt there. And inside my wandering Jew is a pink Mexican tulip, or a Mexican azalea. I love my pink azaleas. Turkey's been eating on them, but now another plant that I have hanging in my lanai is this plant. I'm not sure the name of it, so PM me at the end of this video and tell me what it is. But it grows from the mother plant here, and then it's like a little vine, and it kind of hangs down, and then underneath it has roots. So I've assisted this by putting a plant here, a container there. Now on this one, I've allowed it to hit the dirt and grow its roots in the dirt. So it's almost like an air plant. So it's going to grow there. And this is a little trellis ivy. I'm not sure we call it ivy. Now, my pride and joy, which makes me think of my Lola, is my gladiolas. Now this is a variegated gladiola, meaning it's a cross between a red and a yellow. Why do I say so? Because I planted my yellows next to my reds, and that's how you get a variegated gladiola. I love gladiolas. They're very pretty, and they grow really well as long as you're near water. Now this is a coral and yellow gladiola. How pretty is that? Gorgeous colors. Very pretty colors. You can see the little we call them sweat bees. I don't know if you can see them, but they're little tiny bees. That's a double bloom. This is a single bloom. How pretty is that? Look, it's supporting the flower. But there's another leaf there. That's a double bloom. Now, many people wonder about the colors of gladiolas. They come in all colors, but I specifically have the red, the yellow, and the coral. There is a coral color here, this main color here, that I'm going to get from a neighbor. But how do you keep the seeds for the gladiolas? A lot of people wonder about the seeds, and they actually let them grow too tall. These are actually too tall. I've cut them back once, but you cut them back and they actually get bushier. If you don't, they'll grow super tall and look not as well. But these are the seeds. As you can see, you have to cut these stalks. These are your seeds. Now they take longer to grow. I think it takes about a year for these to come up. But you cut these off and you open the husk, and there's your seeds. So you can see how many seeds I have to harvest. So I'm doing that today. And I have my purple Mexican tulip or Mexican azaleas. I love them. Very pretty. They blend really well along the gladiolas. And when they're all blooming, the gladiolas are quite impressive. You can see, I think that's one of those little flies. I'm not sure what that one is. I think it's a baby fly. But the bees are really bad right now. But you need bees in order to continue the growth of your flower bed and your garden. I have some tomatoes here that got hit pretty bad by the heat. I've got them in a pot for right now. Now we have something called Madre de Agua. And this is something the rabbits love. It's growing pretty well here. Another plant that grows really well in the bukid, in the mountains, is the togus tree. And as you can see, this tree was planted about 6 months to 8 months ago, and it's very tall. So they grow very well. Now the only thing that I had a problem with is here, as you can see, there's a V that developed. And this crease here was pretty profound. It was taking a lot of pressure. This part was growing one way and this part was growing that way. So I just took some tie and tied it, and now the seam is almost gone. So as you train your trees, and here's another little seam there, it might need to be pruned this year. We'll prune that off, cut that off. Because this, you have to tend to trees. Trees are just like plants, like anything else. They can get fungus, they can get disease. Now this is my calamansi tree. I planted it a while back. It seems to be struggling a little bit, but there's several trees within a tree. So I thought about separating the trees here. As you can see, there's 1 tree, 2 trees, 3 trees, and 4 trees. But I'm afraid that if I mess with it right now, it may kill it. And let me show you my trumpet plant.